Paul Rusesabagina, the activist whose life inspired the Hollywood blockbuster Hotel Rwanda, was freed from prison in the capital Kigali last night. The latest chapter in a Hollywood tale turned criminal trial.
There will be no rescue. We must shame them into sending help.
The 2004 film dramatised how, a decade earlier, Rusesabagina, himself a Hutu, saved more than 1,000 Tutsis from murderous Hutu gangs during the Rwandan genocide. Paul Kagame, now president, was initially lauded for stopping the genocide. But 3 decades on and still clinging to power, he stands accused of human rights abuses, and Rusesabagina was one of his vocal critics.
The time has come for us to use any means possible to bring about change in Rwanda, as all political means have been tried and failed.
That statement was used.
Paul Rusesabagina was convicted of serious crimes. His sentence was commuted along with 19 of his associates. It's within Rwandan law to do that. We commute sentences by presidential clemency regularly in Rwanda. So it's within the context of our judiciary.
But why?
And what is the law? No, we have been we've had constructive discussions with the U.S. As you know, the U.S. has been interested in him, has raised this quite publicly. Everyone is aware of that. We got to a point where the discussion became more constructive, especially as regards the basis of his convictions and the serious crimes that he and his associates committed. Paul Rusesabagina also made a request for clemency, took moral responsibility for the crimes that he has committed, and made important pledges about his future conduct.
But just to be clear, essentially the Rwandan government has given in to pressure from the United States.
I wouldn't say that. As I said, this is within our law. Along with Paul Rusesabagina and his 19 associates, we also commuted sentences of over 350 other people.
The Rwandan president had always claimed Mr. Rusesabagina was tricked into getting onto that plane, which took him to Kigali and into prison. Others called it kidnap. Now, in the end, were you persuaded by the US government that it was a bad idea to kidnap one of their residents?
The US has just rescinded its wrongful detention assessment. What this means is that they agree with us that the conviction was justified. The victims have been vindicated, justice was done. The Rwandan government was correct to pursue, arrest, and convict him.
So they have rescinded it as part of the deal. Given how he was arrested before, he was tricked, as I say, kidnapped, many people argue, into coming back.
Tricked is not the same as kidnapped. He was lured and arrested in accordance with Rwandan laws and international laws.
There are many people who regarded it as a kidnap.
Well, yeah, they can say what they want to say, but this was in accordance with our laws and international laws. In many countries, law enforcement do this. We have things to say about what's happening in this country, where there are misunderstandings. We're very happy to correct that. I think every country has its own human rights issues.
There's a very big difference between misunderstandings and human rights issues. Concerns raised not just by the Americans, but here in Britain as well.
Yeah, but you have your own human rights issues. Every country has, and every country has to work on them.
Do you think this case damages the country at a time when you are about to take, if it goes forward, refugees and asylum seekers from this country, which is a hugely controversial policy?
No, I think people should have more confidence in Rwanda and and the way we take our security and the safety of the people who live here seriously.
Yeah, but human rights is also part of that picture, isn't it? And there are really serious questions remaining about human rights.
There's nothing wrong with human rights in Rwanda. The situation in Rwanda now is better than it's ever been in our history. We've